US Supreme Court building at sunrise, headlines flash, Senate Committee approves Ethics Bill, Justice face new accountability push. In a move being called historic and long overdue, a bipartisan Senate Committee has advanced legislation that would require US Supreme Court justice to follow a formal code of ethics, something never before mandated in the country's 235-year history. The bill passed by the Senate Judiciary Committee would bring the highest court in the land in line with every other federal court, all of which already adhere to written ethical guidelines. Gavel striking committee room with senators voting constitution overlay. This sweeping reform follow months of public outcry and high-profile revelations about justice expecting undisclosed luxury, travel gifts, and financial ties to wealthy political donors. Photos of Justice Clarence Thomas and others with headlines, private jet trips, unclosed real estate deals. The bill would do three main things: require a binding code of conduct for all justice, second, establish clear rules for disclosing gift and income, and third, create a process for investigating alleged ethical violation, something the Supreme Court currently polishes initially. Senator Dick Durbin said that the American people deserve confidence that the highest court follows the highest standards. The push for reform has brought together unlikely allies. While Democrats have led the charge, several moderate Republicans joined it, acknowledging in the court's celebrity is at stake. Senator Lindsey Graham voicing concerns about public trust. Recent polls shows that public confidence in the Supreme Court has hit a historic low, with over 60% of Americans supporting stronger ethical oversight. Bar graphs showing decline in the trust from 2020 to 2025. But despite the bipartisan committee vote, the road ahead remains uncertain. Senate Republicans remains divided, and the bill faces step votes in the full Senate, where filibuster rules require 60 votes for passage. Senate floor backroom negotiation ticking clock overlay. Chief Justice John Roberts has acknowledged public concerns but has resisted congressional oversight, arguing that the court should manage its own affairs. Roberts said that we are not above security, but we are a separate branch of government. In response to the controversy, the Supreme Court released its own internal code of conduct in the late 2023, but critics argue it lacks enforceability and transparency. Side by side of courts' voluntary code versus proposed legislation. Legal experts say the proposed reform would bring much needed accountability to a branch of government with lifetime appointments and enormous power, especially and decisions on voting rights, reproductive health care, and presidential immunity. And for lawmakers, this effort is as much about restoring institutional trust as it is about drawing lines, especially as the court become increasingly entangled in America's most divisive political debates. Protesters outside the court signs reading hold them accountable and ethic matters. As the 2024 election looms and faith in democracy hangs in the balance, many say the legitimacy of the Supreme Court itself is on trial, not in a courtroom but in the court of public opinion. Justice walking into chambers in slow motion, crossfade to Capitol Dome. A historic step forward, but the fight for judicial accountability is far from over. Follow us for the latest on the court, Congress, and democracy in action.